Hello everyone, my name is Dr. 213 and welcome back to episode 2 of Factorio Sea Block. In between episodes I let the factory run for a little bit just to get us a few resources, and now I've just started to expand on that a little bit. So as you can see, I've added a second electrolyzer here, and I've also started working on the automation chain a little bit more. So we've currently got our electrolyzers set up, our ore crusher set up, our crystallizer and liquefier set up, as well as our two burner ore crushers. Now, we're also going to need a little bit more inserter action going on, because right now nothing's really moving. I also got enough sacrificial electromagnets to do the automation research, which we will do in just a minute. So what we're going to do is these two are going to go here, and what these are going to do is they're going to take our ore and put them into the crushers to be crushed. Pretty straightforward. Now the problem I've been running into right now is I need sand. Sand is a very crucial part of this process, but luckily it's not terribly difficult to get. Just getting it in large quantities is going to take a bit of time. Right, so now that we've got that done, I can get our power pole. That's what I was doing yet. I was doing that. I should probably also put my inserters on my belt. There we are. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have these two here. Now, I said before we're going to have a bit of difficulty with automating the smelting. And what I kind of just realised was, well, if I just put a chest here and a chest here, and then the furnace here. Oh, well, not quite. Let's see. Let's get a little bit more sand. In fact, I'll probably do it without it. Chest here and a chest here, and then no, that's not going to work either. Although I can do that. Yeah, that's perfect. And then we need one more chest. So that, and then we'll place the final chest here, and that should be perfect. So what we'll do is we'll have an inserter here, here, and here. Oh, it's grabbed something. What have you got? Oh. Doorflip jellyfish. Huh. Can I assume that just went back in the water? Okay. Alright. Anyway, where are we? Inserts. You go like that, you go like that. You go like that, and you go like that. And you go like that, and that. Now that should be a full chain. We do need some fuel. Where's my fuel? Where have I put my fuel? That's all there. There we go. And that's fuel. Oh, I put some in the chest. Whoops. It's alright. Okay, so now what we should see is if we take some of this for now and stick it in here, these are going to take their ores, put them in these. That's going to put it in the chest, and then this insert is going to take the ore only, put it in there. And then this insert is going to take the plates, once they're smelted, out of this chest here, and move them into this chest right here. Perfect. So now we've just got to automate feeding the thing. Now I've purposely arranged these in such a manner because these diagonal inserters where they're moving like this are actually twice as fast as an inserter that's moving sort of left to right. So what that will allow me to do is first of all get two inserters here, like so, and then we are going to need some transport belts. and a few more inserters. Let's just make sure that's not empty. That is empty, sorry. And then we're going to get our belts. We're going to need a couple more inserters actually. And I'm going to run that there, all the way down. We just need that. And I'm going to drop 2 inserters like so, and 2 more like so. So we probably actually only need 1 inserter here. Yeah. We'll have that one there. But now you can see we've got 2 of these electrolyzers feeding into our burnt ore crusher. And what that will mean is we'll have double the production, as this ore crusher is capable of handling up to, I think, 4 electrolyzers at its current level. And that's going to feed the liquefier, and we'll get double the amount of ores, hopefully. As you see, we've got our stone here filtering out, which we can then put back into here. Back into here, or make sand out of it, however we choose to use it, really. And that's perfect, because that means we'll get resources a lot quicker. So I probably ran the game for half an hour or so. So we've gotten a few copper plates, some more iron, as well as our sacrificial magnets. Right, let's move on to the research. Let's plop down our lab. Where are we going to put this for now? This thing's going to move again, I'm sure of it. And we're going to put those in there, and then start our automation research. Perfect. Now once automation's done as well, I think another crucial step is going to be mechanical refining, because what that is going to allow us is it's going to allow us to not have to worry about fueling the ore crushers, which is going to be great because that's one less thing for us to worry about. Right, while we wait for that to run, oh, whoops, no, start research. I haven't got the queue on. Huh. Oh well, not a problem. Although we are going to now need some more of these guys. Let's make a couple. We should also notice that our power grid is probably also being utilised a little bit more, because these electrolyzers are fairly power hungry. Now the plan is to keep expanding these down and have more and more slag go into our crusher. Obviously it's backed up right now, but they should be emptying out. Right, now that we've wasted a bunch of technology, in fact, I didn't even have enough. I don't even know what research I was looking at when I figured out how much I needed. That's fine. We're going to need all of them eventually. As we can see, the system is in fact working, as we've got a backlog. Sapphirite. Why are you not taking the sapphirite out? Is something broken? Oh, you've got a fish in your hand. Isn't that bloody wonderful? There we go. Alright, we should see now that everything is falling down into these 3 chests, which it is, which is great. And we will take those out. Perfect. Alright, we've unlocked the automated research, which gives us the SM machine 1, which is great because then we don't need to worry about steam or anything else with the other 2 that we've got down here. So why don't we go ahead and start using that? We're going to queue up mechanical refining next, because we will need that. but we're also going to want to start automatically creating some wood pellets. I've made a few of these. We only need a couple to start with. What we'll do is we'll place down our assembler there and assembler there. Now this guy is going to take cellulose fiber, sorry, green algae, and make into cellulose. There. Oh, I'm having trouble speaking today. This is fun. Green algae and create cellulose fiber from it. There we go. And then this guy here is going to take cellulose fiber and he's going to make wood pellets. So we'll just whack up an inserter there and a few more here. Now I could do the diagonal trick, but it's alright. It works. And then we need one more guy in a box. Like so. Sorry, not like so. That's going to go like that, and that's going to go like that, and that guy's going to grab from there. And that is wood pellets automated. Now it's not going to be the fastest process in the world, but it's constantly running, and it's pretty power efficient, and using 300 or so kilowatts. And it's just going to constantly make us what we need. Now, brown algae is again going to be an issue, but that's fine. We can work around that. We may actually need another inserter here. And if that's the case, why don't we do that? Yeah, there we go. That should hopefully start keeping up now. Yes, it's keeping up. Perfect. Right, that'll churn away. We start crafting our electromagnets. We'll add a lot of stuff on me there. Okay, we do not need Factorian fresh. A friendly reminder to who knew Factorio before an angel stopped by. Yeah, it's the original fish in the game. But looks like Angels has overhauled the fish. Right, that's all running now, which is perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. In fact, I'm going to make another one of these because things are taking forever. Oh, lost my mouse. There we go. Let's get rid of that one. But yeah, we've got a nice little island going on here now. We've got all the resources we're currently using being produced, and then making us ores and whatnot. So I think we're doing pretty good so far. But we're only going to get so far with this pesky wind turbine setup. Well, we're actually up to 1.7 megawatts, I just saw, yeah. That's crazy. We'll be working on power next because by the time we plug in another electrolyzer or two, we're definitely going to start running into issues. In fact, why don't we do that? Because the more electrolyzers, the more ores, and the more ores, the more electrolyzers. Do you see the cycle? But then we've got the problem of power, so it's not quite as simple as make everything and be done with it. It's like that to run out again. I did actually just make a second one of these as well. Why don't we get a few more? of those going. What I do want to do as well is move these flare stacks, because they're going to be in the way when we expand downwards more. I just want to put them up here, so let's get ourselves a pipe going like so, and like that, and excuse me, and some landfill, and we're just going to plonk those down like so. Now why don't we pick up the first one? We should be able to get that one in. No. Tragic. Well, looks like we need more sand. Let's just filter it out of here. It's a little trick we can do just to get a few amounts of crushed stone. And that should be enough. I want to get a little bit more. 27, 29. Alright, that's probably one. Perfect. Get 3 more of that. I need that and that. Yes, perfect. Let's take our flare stacks and we'll just put them there and there. Give them some power and they're done. Wonderful. Right. Now we've got those. We should be able to expand these guys down a little bit more. Now, unfortunately, what I've just built is all in the way, which is a pretty common issue you run into early on in this pack that I've noticed from my limited playthrough. But you've got to make the space work. I think we're doing pretty good on efficiency right now. We need just a few more science packs, so why don't we make those? We should probably automate that, really, but it's not really worth the resources right now because we're not producing too much. But we are getting a decent amount of wood pellets now, which is fantastic. Put that guy in there. Wonderful. This is starting to shape up quite nicely though. We've got a decent amount of ore production. We've got wood production. Wood pellet production, sorry. So we don't really have to do too much. It looks like we're actually sacrificial electromagnet extra. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Now that we've got that done, we can start looking into doing some other things like wood processing too. This is going to be good. We're going to need this actually. Why don't we start that and we can work on some power generation. We are also going to need... In fact, no, we've already unlocked it through this science here. We need our steam engine and boiler. What we'll do is we'll craft up a few... We'll craft up a few more sacrificial electromagnets, and then we can start producing more science for the wood processing. While we wait for that, obviously everything's going to be going around, getting more ores. Now we are very limited on resources, so we can't quite get everything. Let's see, let's get the first boiler and steam engine, because we're definitely going to need those. As to what else we're going to need, I'm not 100% sure yet. I know what we can do. We've just unlocked mechanical refining, so we can start converting these into the mechanical ones, which don't require... I want to do those first. They don't require fuel, so that will be another bonus. But then you might say, well, what do you need all this fuel for if we're getting rid of all our fuel-powered stuff? Obviously, the furnaces need some fuel, but that's nothing. That's where the boiler and steam engine come in, though, because that is going to be producing us more power. Now, what's very nice is the way power generation works in the early game is it's like a loop. So you don't need power to produce power once you've got power. It's like a feedback loop. Your machines generate your infinite fuel for your algae farms and your assembler machines, and then you feed that into your boiler, which then powers the machines, and you produce more power than it takes to make the fuel. So it's a net positive, so you can actually start expanding and doing more things with your power. But getting there just requires a bit of a jump start. Hence why you're given the wind turbines. Right, we've got those made. Like so. 1 and 2. There we go. I just need to reset their recipes. And there we go. So these actually run 50% faster as well than the burner ones. So we will be able to have up to 6 electrolyzers for 1 crusher, which is brilliant. We are definitely out of space though, and I would love to expand out to sort of here-ish, sort of add on an extra sort of decent chunk to the island. So what I'm going to do is between this episode and the next episode, I am going to stop producing ores, and I'm going to start just stockpiling the crushed stone, because then we can make a lot of sand and I can expand outwards. But one thing we can do is we can start laying out how we're going to make the next few electrolyzers fit in. That shouldn't be too difficult because of the mods we've got. So I can just go like this. Yep. Yeah, if we go like that. Oh, no, that was the wrong... I cut there instead of copied. Right, I want to move these. They are in the way. Let's just put these right down the bottom here for now. Whoops, I've opened a clipboard. Didn't need that. We'll make some more of these as well while we wait. But what we could do is we can take this and we can paste this along. We will get rid of this production for now. Yeah, these brains aren't the best, but they do make a big difference. And that should be 4 now. So that's going to double our Russian even more. And then all we need is to get a few conveyors and expand down. We'll put these inserters in as well. They need some power, so we'll go 1 and 2. We can get rid of that power. No. We needed that one. Of course we needed that one. Why wouldn't we need that one? Yeah, there's no way of doing that, so we will just... Let's see, we'll run a power pole there, and that'll start powering everything again. Do like to be just a little bit mindful of how many power poles we use, because we will run out. We're only starting with a limited supply, so... Perfect though, that's that, and then we just need to get water to these guys, and we're done. We just go like so, and that should increase our production even more, which it has. I don't know how many electromagnets things we need anymore. But that's all we can make because we're out of copper. We do actually have a bit more in here though, so that's always great. Now we should see, yeah, our power is starting to not quite meet our demands. So what I'm actually going to do is just shut one of these guys off. In fact, an easy way is just to do that. Now that is going to stop this guy from running, hopefully. And we should see that our power system stabilizes a little bit more. Possibly? No? So, what? Wait. Okay. Looks like the wind's a bit down right now, but we are now a little bit better off power-wise. Now, the reason I did that was because there's no point in running 4 machines slow if we can just run 3 machines faster, because then everything else runs faster. Which obviously is an issue with this limited sort of setup, but I don't know. I like to think it makes a difference. Would like to apologise if there are a fair amount of cuts in this episode. I do have a bit of a cold, typical in 26-degree heat, but what can you do? So that's just sort of going to have to be a thing for the next little while anyway. I'm not sure how many episodes I'm going to get recorded, but we'll see. I do think that we're going to end this episode here though. We've made a fair amount of progress. We've got our setup doubled, no in fact quadrupled from last episode. It's all automated now, and we're looking good. I think next episode we're going to definitely start looking into some power production though, because this is about all we can handle. Like, we're struggling with this, to be honest. Maybe when the wind's like sort of up at 1.7, 1.8 megawatts, you might be able to squeeze in all 4, but with our current production, we can't do much more than this, really. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching though. If you made it this far, do remember to leave a like and drop a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. Any tips and suggestions as well, they're always welcome. Do subscribe, it really helps out the channel, draws attention, and stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. See ya.